Hello everyone, and in this video we are going to see how we can draw the fencings and the trees. Okay, so on the command panel in the create tab and onto the geometry option, we are having the bunch of drop down options. So we'll select again this AEC extended, and in the previous video we have learned how we can draw the walls, and in this video we are going to study how we can going to create the railings. If I click railing, there will be a bunch of options here. Okay, this is asking first what will be its length and all. So first of all, I'm going onto the perspective view and I'll click edit W to make it full screen, and I'll draw this fencing by clicking on mouse and releasing when we want to end it. Now it will ask for the height. I can give it any height at this moment. Now if I go into the properties, it is having a property of a top rail. The top rail will be this one, the rail on the top. First of all, it is asking about its profile. If it's a square or a round or none. If I click round, the profile will be round. I can increase its depth, I can increase its width, and I can also increase its height. Okay. This is about the top rail. Now coming on to the lower rail. It is having an option lower rail. It's also asking for its profile. Which will be the lower rail? This one. This one will be the lower rail. Okay. So I can click a round, or I can keep it square or none. Okay, if I keep it round and I can increase its depth, I can increase its width. It is having an option on the left that is lower rail spacing. If I click it, a window will pop up. It is having a first option of count. How much number of lower rails you need. If I click it, 2, 3, the rails will increase. It is also having options spacing, start offset and end offset, but these options are locked right now. You must have to click this unlock. It will then unlock it. You can increase their spacing and play with it. It is having an option of start offset and end offset. These are the offset from the end. From end, what kind of offset you need, all that. Okay, so you can increase the counts from here. Okay, and you can decrease and increase. And onto it, under it, we are also having post. The post are the end columns in the railing. Okay, these vertical members at the end of the railings. Okay, so I'll keep this profile square. You can keep it round. I can increase its depth. You can increase its width. You can increase the extension, how much extension they are going to need from the fence. Okay, so you can also it's also having a post spacing option. You can go into it, you can increase the count, and you can do all these things. Okay, if you uncheck this start offset and end offset, 3ds Max will automatically provide them the default spacing. Okay, last option is fencing. If we go into fencing, we are in two types, that is solid fill. It will totally fill the fencing, and one is pickets, like the grid system. Okay, so if you go to picket, because we have selected picket, the solid fill is totally inactive right now. If I click the solid fill will be active and the pickets will be deactive. So at this moment, I'll select pickets. I'll select the profile of square or round, whatever you can select. The fencing will be this one, the square portion between this vertical members contributing to the square portion. Okay, you can increase their depth. You can increase their extension if it is any. You can increase its depth. Okay, and if it is having any bottom offset, you can increase those offsets too. Okay, you can look at the 3D view. You can see how it is going to do. Okay, so this is the simplest way in which a frame can be done. A frame, sorry, of fence can be made. Okay, I'll keep the bottom as 0. Okay, now there is another method of drawing the fences, and it is the pick railing method. Let's say I right click and move cut out of the command. I click this splines commands, and if I go and create an arc, let's press LW and go to the top view. If I select arc and I draw an arc, and I have move on to our perspective view. This is our arc. It is kind of behind the fence. I hope you can see it. Now right click and move out of command. I'll come to our ACT extended menu, that is create geometry menu. I'll click the railing, and I'll fix all these things, and then I will click the pick railing method, and I'm going to pick this. So the railing will be picked. But We have selected the arc and our fence is quite in triangular linear form. To make it more absolute, to make it more meshy, you can recall that if we increase the segments, the thing is going to get in more detail. So for this moment, to make our fencing onto the shape of an arc, we need to increase the railing. We need to increase the segments. If you increase the segment, the railing will be quite good in shape. Okay, so segments are very good in the 3ds Max. They give details to the object. Okay, so increasing segment is going to give the details. So this was all about railing. Now next we will talk about the trees, how we can get the trees. So there is an option of foliage. Foliage means the trees available in this 3ds Max. If we click foliage, we'll have a basic number of trees already prefabricated in the 3ds Max. If I click anyone and if I come to the screen and click somewhere, the tree will be there. Now if you want to change its scale, obviously you can click it and you can go to scale and you can move it up, down, whatever you want. Okay, I'll click foliage, I'll take tree and I click it. It will be like this. Click it, scale it, okay, small. You can move it here and there if you want to. We have already learned all these things. Okay, so this is how you can do it. Okay, you can move it here and there. Now notice one thing, if I click outside of it, the tree will be like this. The tree will lose its geometry, its shape. This is because 3ds Max wants to make the computer performance good, so it decreases the you can say the geometry of the, or you can say it decreases the detail of the object so that your computer performance remain in run. Okay, so if you are having a low computer, so this will be quite handy for you. This can be undone if you click this. If you go to edit object, or if you go to, let's say, create, and if you go to foliage, there is an option. If you click on parameters, it is having all the parameters, and at the bottom it is having viewport canopy mode. That is selected when not selected. If it is not selected, it will change itself. If I click never, it will always be like that. Okay, it is a repetitive command. You can create as many trees as you want. Okay, so it will be like this. Okay, but it will be good if you selected when not selected, because it will change itself only when if it is selected. So this is how you can create trees and you can create railings and all this stuff. Okay, so this was all about this video. Thank you.